Hi guys, today's Wednesday. Me and the kids flew back from England to Spain on Sunday evening, just in time for work and school on Monday. And Andy and my dad are starting the journey back to Spain today on the boat. I know we might get a lot of negativity for travelling during a lockdown period and when there's a pandemic on, but there are circumstances which make it for me essential that we do these journeys. Just going back a little bit, I know Andy touched on it yesterday, and that because he did that, I feel that I should say something too. In August, at the beginning of August, was my mum's 70th birthday, and we'd actually got a cruise planned. We were supposed to be going on a cruise together to celebrate her 70th birthday, and like lots of people this year, our plans were cancelled. They missed Maddie's 21st birthday in May, we missed my mum's cruise at the beginning of August. They were meant to be coming to see Francesca on her birthday in the middle of August. That obviously wasn't going to happen. So there were flights at the beginning of August that we could get to go back for my mum's birthday. And we thought about it, do we go back, do we not go back? It was a special birthday, it was 70. So we had a chat with my mum and dad to see what they wanted us to do. We did say, and we stressed, that we would not take offence if they said no, they would prefer us not to go back. We completely understand the situation and we didn't want them to feel uncomfortable. But they really did want us to go back. They wanted us to go for my mum's birthday. So we booked the flights, and at the beginning of August we went back for my mum's 70th birthday. But we got a lot of sort of hate messages from people for actually travelling back, saying things like, how are you going to feel when you give your parents coronavirus and they die of it? How are you going to feel when you've infected your family and all that sort of thing? And it made me really paranoid, to the point that we went back. They wanted us to stay with them, and we did, but we made the rule, we don't go near each other, we disinfect, which is what we did, and no hugging, which we didn't. But we had a lovely time for my mum's birthday. We did a garden party, so people didn't have to go in the house. Some of the family came. We did a paella and tapas party, and my mum thoroughly enjoyed it. Andy can insert a little bit of video so you can see that she had a good time there. So that was it, the beginning of August, which, as I said, people said we shouldn't have gone back, but we did. And I'm so glad that I did, because 3 weeks after, my mum died suddenly of a massive brain hemorrhage. I got a phone call from my dad to say that she'd been rushed into hospital. I managed to get a flight a couple of hours later, and I actually got there before she died. But because I'd travelled from Spain and I'd got to quarantine for 2 weeks, they wouldn't let me in the hospital to see her. I had to sit outside and wait while a life support machine was turned off, which was horrendous. So I'm glad I went back for her birthday. My only regret is that we didn't actually hug each other, but at least I got to see her. So we already had flights booked for my dad's birthday, which was last weekend, and it just so coincides with the fact that he's decided to move back to live with us in Spain, which has got to be the best option for my dad. I've got no brothers or sisters. It really makes sense that he's in Spain with us. He loves living in Spain. He lived there for 15 years, well, he lived here for 15 years, and he's coming back. So we kept our flights last weekend to see my dad on his birthday, but more importantly, to help him pack up the last bits of his house. So you see, for me, this travel that we've been doing is essential travel. And if we'd not have done it, I think it would definitely be detrimental to my dad's health. And you might say that we're going to give him coronavirus, or we're risking his health. He's risking his health every time he goes across the road to the Sainsbury's local, to be quite honest with you. So it's, for me, I don't think it's any more of a risk than that. So please, if you've got hate comments, keep them to yourself, because you don't always know people's circumstances and why they're doing something. Just saying.